Um, with the social nutritious connections, what does that look like right now? What can that look like right now? Some of us have been able, those of us who are active in youth ministry have been able to have some in-person interactions, outside, distanced. Others have not, virtual. Um, how do we help? How do our groups name that for themselves? What is actually nutritious for them?
Yeah, I think part of it is this is why I use this term nutritious, right? Because I think the idea is like it can change, right? Like I'm on like if I'm in like, I don't know, like bowl 7 of salad, it's not going to be nutritious anymore. Like it's going to start hurting my body, right? And I think that's kind of the way and sometimes you want some junk food if it's not too much, right? And so I think that's the way I like to think about social connection is let the people you're working with articulate it for you, right? Like you might think that that in-person social connection is like the greatest thing, right? But it might be that for them, they have really COVID scared parents, and to get there, it's really tricky, and to squeeze it in, it's just too much, and it's really scary. Like maybe that doesn't feel nutritious for them. Maybe there's too much kind of baggage with it. Like, maybe getting together over Zoom is better in those cases. Maybe getting over together in Zoom is good for you, but it's awful for them because they were just like in school for like all day, right? Maybe for them, the lots of faces is great. Maybe for them, one-on-one is great. I think the thing to recognize is it's going to be different for different people, but also it's going to change. Like even for me, right? Like, I was in the beginning of the pandemic doing like Zoom spa nights with like family members and my college roommates and things. And that's great. But if I've had a day where I just had a bunch of Zoom meetings, like I do not at 7 p.m. want to do a Zoom spa night. I just want to like, either talk on the phone or like do something else, or right. Like you need to kind of pay attention to where you are. And I think that's why I like this terminology of nutritious. And that just might be a terminology to use with kids. Like they get it, right? Like just like what feels good for you and have them kind of articulate it. And also pay attention because I think they don't know, like, because what we're dragged to, what we crave doesn't necessarily feel good. Like we crave like, pop on social media when we have that 5 minutes. We crave stuff that's not going to feel great because often the startup cost for the healthy stuff is higher, right? Like just with food, right? Like the startup cost of making like chopping the veggies and making a really nutritious salad is higher than just like going to McDonald's. But ultimately the reward is better. And so I think that might be another thing to articulate is like one thing you can do is help students with that startup cost, right? So that they, maybe the startup cost of setting up these Zoom meetings or setting up ties or giving them a schedule for it, like that can be a thing you do to kind of overcome that to make the social connection a little easier.
We had a follow-up question on that from the chat. Do these strategies work in equal measure with introverts and extroverts alike? Is there any science behind that?
Yeah, surprisingly there is. In fact, this is something that I get asked a lot for social connection. People be like, "That social connection is great for you extroverts, but for introverts, like doesn't work as well." Turns out the scientists have looked at this, and this is another domain in which it seems like our misprediction might be leading us astray. The difference between introverts and extroverts, the data suggests, isn't the well-being boost you get out of connection; it's the difference in prediction. So both introverts and extroverts, if you have a really nutritious social connection, will feel good afterwards. The difference is that extroverts predict that it will feel good, whereas introverts think it's gonna like actively suck, basically, right? And so the difference between introverts and extroverts is introverts do seem to need to balance their alone time a little bit more, but the social time they do get is still good. And so it's kind of like the introverts are, the extroverts go to the party and is predicting the party is going to be great. The introverts don't go to the party because they think, the party is going to suck. But the problem is you don't ever update those predictions. And so I think if you're a kind of like self-reported introvert, try it a little more, like push it. Again, not like a huge party, but like a one-on-one call with a friend you haven't talked to, right? Like think about what has felt nutritious in the past. You won't think it's going to be as effective. That's what the data suggests, but just try it. And the research really shows it will be more effective than you think.
That's awesome. Thank you.